WRAL, coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon, I'm Ken Smith. A sunny day out your window this afternoon, but we're tracking that serious storm brewing in the Gulf. Let's get an update on the forecast with meteorologist Kat Campbell in the WRAL-TV Weather Center tracking it all for us. Kat.
Hurricane Francine is likely to make landfall later this evening as a Category 1 hurricane. Top winds up to 90 miles per hour with those outer rain bands moving ashore yesterday and more intense. Steady rain now coming with the rain bands in Louisiana at the moment. Storm surge, a big concern as you see the wind push all that water ashore 5 to 10 feet, and the worst of the storm surge could be closer to 3 to 5 feet in New Orleans. A lot to watch around the Louisiana coast. Mississippi over into Alabama will see some storm surge as well, but Hurricane Francine isn't the only system that we are watching. We've got Tropical Depression number 7 that formed earlier today in the eastern Atlantic. It's still on the other side of the ocean. We've got a long time to watch it. Based on most of the models I've seen, it's more likely to stay out to sea, but we're watching that to other systems that could develop with low-end chances. But this is really going to be the next one for us to keep our eye on because it's closest to the North Carolina coast. Right now, just a 20% chance of it developing. Tropical Depression number 7 should become a tropical storm as we head into tonight or tomorrow. And the system off our coast has a 20% chance of developing over the next 7 days. Even if it doesn't become anything tropical, we're still likely to see low pressure develop along a stalled front offshore. The big question mark is whether it does take on some tropical characteristics. Either way, it is looking increasingly likely that it's going to bring us some rain early next week. So the new storm could or could not become tropical with a name. Either way, though, we're going to watch for some heavy rain to potentially move in Monday into Tuesday. The new American model actually speeds that timing up. We'll get some new data in this afternoon and have an update on WRAL News at 4. Enjoy today. It's still pretty nice out there, upper 70s to lower 80s. We are going to be mostly cloudy by tomorrow, as well as Friday, with some small rain chances Friday and Saturday. That chance goes up a bit on Sunday, and then early next week, our best chance for rain comes from that system that could develop offshore. Francine really shouldn't bring that much rain to us here in North Carolina, but we've got a lot to watch in the tropics over the next 7 days. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest information on WRAL and WRAL News Plus, Ken.
Some good advice to enjoy today. Thanks.
I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels with your latest tropical update. Francine still a hurricane with a likely landfall before 8 p.m. on the Louisiana coastline, and then it very slowly moves up the Mississippi Valley and weakens in the process. Little to no impact on our weather as we head into the weekend. But a new storm has formed. This is Tropical Depression 7, and you see that way out by the Cabo Verde Islands of Africa. This is a hotbed for development this time of year. Next name on the list is Gordon, so that looks like it'll be possibly developing later today. It is so far out there that there's really no way of telling if this is going to have an impact on our weather. But closer to home, there's now a 20% chance of development within the next 7 days off the East Coast. This is a storm we've been telling you about in some of the data ever since yesterday. This would be a new area of low pressure that forms and potentially brings in some very heavy rain next week, regardless of if it has a name or not. So be checking back for updates on that part of the forecast. The past few weeks have been very quiet in the tropics, but now things are starting to heat up out there. Climatological peak of hurricane season is September 10th. Here we are on the 11th. So things are getting more active and kind of fit to form there, especially when you look at the areas that are seeing development. These are the typical tropical formation zones throughout the month of September.